Amanda here. Today we're going to be doing an every minute on the minute workout using dumbbells. I'm going to be using 10s and 15s. So we're going to start off with our warm-up. Let's start with a march. For every minute on the minute, we're going to be doing 50-second intervals. Now we're going to start with a strength exercise. Let's take it into a hamstring curl. So in our strength exercise, we're going to do as many reps as we possibly can in the 50 seconds. And then when you are tired or your form breaks, then we switch off and go to a cardio exercise or a core exercise. Take it to a reach to finish out the round. So we're going to finish out the 50 seconds, but it doesn't all have to be that strength exercise. You switch off whenever you need to. So don't worry about when I switch out. Take it to an overhead reach, stretch out the upper back. So base it on your form and your fatigue level. We're going to be doing 4 sets of each exercise. All right, let's open up our chest, take it to a pec fly, side to side, stretch it out. And our first strength exercise will be a pec fly on the floor. So we really want to open up that chest here. All right, let's take it into a chest opener. So we're going to tap the heels side to side while stretching out the chest. Nice deep breathing here. So we're going to start with the pec fly on the mat. So I'm going to use a beach towel as a mat and get set up. I'm going to be using the 15s for this exercise. Now, if you have any shoulder pain in the pec fly, then I would recommend performing a regular chest press instead of the fly. So in the fly, I'm going to start with my knees bent, feet flat on the floor, head down on the mat, palms are in and over top of my chest. I'm going to lower down with just a slight bend in the elbow and then lift up almost like I'm going to give someone a big hug. Now, when I'm fatigued, I'm going to lower those down and switch out to a dead bug for the core, keeping the head down and stretching out with the arm and the same leg. Now, that's going to help us finish out the round. Let's grab our dumbbells. Knees are bent, feet are on the floor, shoulder blades are down. Ready? Let's go. First set of pec flies here. Now, as I mentioned, it doesn't matter when I switch out. When you're fatigued, I want you to switch out to those dead bugs. Slow and controlled on those pec flies. Same speed up and down. Breathing through it. As I mentioned, you can also do a chest press. So if you have any shoulder pain here, go ahead and switch it out to that chest press. So I'm going to do one more. My chest is getting a little tired here. And I'm going to lower it down. I'm going to switch out to my dead bug. So I'm going to lift from the legs and extend. Now, if you can keep going on the pec fly, please do. Keep going as hard as you can on those pec flies to fatigue. In the dead bug, we're stretching it out, bracing the core. Almost there. Rest. All right, 10-second break here. We're going to go into our second set of our pec flies. So once again, knees are bent, palms are facing in, shoulder blades are down. Here we go. Nice big arm position here, really wide. So not too much of a bend. You just want just enough of a bend in the elbow that the elbow is not locked out, but we're not bending the elbow as we lower. Keep pushing through this. When your chest is fatigued and your shoulders are fatigued, that's when I want you to switch out to those dead bugs to finish out the 50 seconds here. I'm going to lower it down. I'm going to switch it out. If you can keep going, go ahead. There's 15 seconds left. So I'm going to go to dead bug. Breathing through this, stretching out my fingertips, bracing the core. Keep it going. Rest. All right. Third set. Let's get ready here. Pec flies. Shoulder blades are down. Head is down. Feet are flat on the floor. Ready? Let's go into our pec fly. Third set here. Chest should be fatiguing pretty early on now in these third and fourth sets. Switch out to the dead bug whenever you need to. Keep breathing through this. So you inhale as you lower, Exhale as you bring it up. Nice and wide with those arms. Keep it going. Push through, push through. Almost there. I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna switch out to my dead bug. 15 seconds left. Reach. So in the dead bug, really reach those fingertips out. Push your heel out. Pressing the heel outward. And rest. One more set. Pec flies here. Head, neck, and shoulders. Relaxed on the mat. Palms are in over the chest. Ready? Let's go. Breathing through this. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Slow and controlled. Nice deep breathing. Keep pushing through. Brace your trunk. This is the last set of pec flies. I'm gonna do one more here. Getting tired. And I'm gonna lower it down, switch it out for my dead bug. There's 18 seconds left here. Go at your own pace, switch out when you need to. Breathe through it. Almost there. To the buzzer, you can do it. Rest. All right, let's take it up to a standing position here. So I'm gonna set my beach towel aside because we're going into squats. So up next, we're gonna go into a pulsing dumbbell squat. So I'm gonna hold my dumbbell in a goblet position at my chest. So my hands are gripping the top of the dumbbell, wide foot position. And from here, I'm gonna pulse through the squat. Now in between, our cardio is going to be our active rest. We're gonna go into a half jumping jack here. So just the right side on the first set, we're gonna take it to the left side on the second set. So let's start our timer. So goblet position, gripping the dumbbell at your chest, wide stance, toes out. Let's start in the squat. Ready? Here we go. Pulse it down. So we're not coming fully out of the squat here. We're gonna stay low and keep pushing through. We want tension on the quads. Stay low, stay low. Chest is out, back is flat. Make sure you're not rounding through the trunk. Keep pressing through your heels, 20 seconds down. Remember, switch off to those half jacks on the right side whenever you need the break. I'm gonna lower it down. Ready? I'm gonna take it to half jacks. Keep doing squats if you can. Fast pace here. Heart rate is up. Breathe through it. 10 seconds to go. You're almost there. Five left. 3, 2, 1. All right, 10-second breather. We're going back to our pulsing goblet squats. So weight of the chest, wide stance, start in the squat. Here we go. Squatting down, chest is lifted, abs are in, press to the heels. Keep it going. You got this. Tension is on those quads. Quads should be getting tired. Breathe through it. 20 seconds down. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Whenever you need that break, switch off to half jacks on the left side. 20 seconds to go. If you're still doing squats, stay on your heels. Keep your chest out. Brace the core. 10 seconds. Breathe through it. Almost there. Rest. All right, third set. Let's get ready. Wide stance. Squatting down. Pull those shoulder blades back. Let's go. Now remember, this time, it's the right side that we're doing our half jacks. Keep pushing. Brace your trunk. Pull your belly button in. Breathe through it. Use those quads. Squeeze the glutes. 20 seconds down. Stay low, stay low. And I'm gonna switch out half jacks Over on the right side. Switch out whenever you need that break. Keep pushing here. There's gonna be one more set of squats and half jacks on the left side in our final round. 5 seconds to go. Keep breathing. Rest. All right, one last round of squats here. Quads should be getting tired. All right, squatting down. Pull the shoulder blades back. Here we go. Breathe through it. You got this. Keep pushing through. Stay low. Push your chest out. Keep your back flat. Brace the trunk and breathe. 20 seconds down. Whew. And I'm gonna switch out to my left side in those half jacks to finish this round. You got this. Switch out whenever you need the break. We're gonna take a water break after this. 10 more seconds. Keep pushing, keep pushing. You're almost there. Rest. All right, grab a water break here. Now, our next exercise is going to be a rear delt fly. For me, I actually find my lightest weight, which is the 10, to be a little too heavy. So I'm gonna perform this body weight, but you can do this with dumbbells. So feet shoulder width apart, back flat with your palms facing in. You're gonna bring your arms up to squeeze your shoulder blades together and back down. Now, if you're doing a body weight version like me, you're gonna turn your thumbs up and then turn your thumbs down. So if you're doing dumbbells, you can expect to fatigue a little sooner than what I am. Switch out to your cardio whenever you need the break. We're gonna go into a side to side shuffle with a pull back. So let's get ready. 50 seconds on the clock. So feet are shoulder width apart. Fold forward. I'm gonna start with my palms up. If you're holding dumbbells, start with your palms in. Ready? Here we go. Now, the goal here is to get that squeeze at the top, bracing through the trunk. Pull up, lower down. Now, at the top, imagine that there's a pop can between your shoulder blades, and you're trying to crush the pop can. Almost there. We're halfway here. I'm gonna do 2 more, and then I'm gonna switch out to those side to side shuffles. So I'm gonna go into my side shuffle here. You can switch out whenever you need that break. Keep pushing. And the reason I'm not gonna attempt to do it with the 10s is because rest. For me, I know my form would not be ideal because it is a little too much weight. You're always better off doing the body weight version if your weight's too heavy. Here we go. Into the fly. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Crush that pop can. Keep it up, keep it up. Breathe through this. Once again, whenever you fatigue, side to side with the elbow pull back. Keep it going. We're halfway through this round. I'm gonna do 2 more here. 20 seconds to go. All right, I'm gonna go side to side, pullbacks. It's up to you when you switch off. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. If you have 5s or 8s, that might be a better weight for your rear delt fly. Some people can do 10s and 12s, no problem. For me, a bit of a struggle with good form. So, feet shoulder width apart, fold forward, palms out or in. Ready? Let's go. Keep breathing. Squeeze. Pull the shoulder blades back. Anytime you're doing a rear delt exercise, which is the muscle group at the back of the shoulder blades, if you're not getting that squeeze, you're not fully contracting the rear delt to the extent that you could be. I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna switch off to that pullback, side to side. Switch out whenever you need the break. So if you find that you're using your legs to hoof the weight up, or that your arms are bending a lot, that's a sign that the weight is too heavy. And form matters more than the weight that you're lifting. One more round. So, feet shoulder width apart. Fold forward, back flat. Ready? Here we go. Last set of delt flies. Keep squeezing. Breathe through this. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Keep pushing through. When your shoulders need that break, I want you to switch off side to side and add the elbow pullback. Almost there, we're halfway. I'm gonna do 2 more here. Switch out whenever you need to. And let's go into our side to side. 14 seconds to go. Breathe through it. Keep pushing, keep pushing. 4 left. Rest. All right, grab a breather, grab some water. We're gonna be going into bicep curls here. Now, I'm gonna use light dumbbells, 10s for this, because we're gonna be doing a half curl to a full curl. So, I'm gonna curl the weight halfway up, lower it down. So I'll show you from the 45-degree angle here. So I'm gonna start with my palms up, elbows in, shoulder blades back. I'm gonna come halfway up, down, and then all the way up and down. And that's gonna really fatigue the bicep quickly. So even if we're using light weights, it'll still fatigue. In between, we're gonna go into a sprinter high knee. So I'm gonna sprint almost like I'm running in slow motion. All right, let's start our timer here. I'm going for 10s. Feet are shoulder width apart. Set the shoulder blades back, slight bend in the knees. Palms up, ready? We're gonna curl halfway, down, all the way, down. Halfway, down, all the way up, and down. Keep it going, shoulder blades are back. Keep this pace slow on the lowering phase. Squeezing the bicep, 20 seconds down. Weight is on the heels. Try not to fling the weight or don't use your lower back. Breathe through this. 20 seconds to go here. I'm gonna do one more half and one more full, and I'm gonna switch it out. We're gonna go to our sprinters. 10 seconds left. So in my sprinters, I'm gonna move like I'm sprinting quickly, raising my elbows, rest. All right, let's go to our second set. Half curl to full curl. So feet shoulder width apart, shoulder blades back, palms up. Here we go. Half, down, all the way, down. Half, down, all the way up, and down. Keep it up. Keep breathing. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Tension on those biceps. You can do it. Halfway on the timer. I'm gonna lower this down. I'm gonna switch out to my sprinters. So I'm gonna sprint. Keep moving, keep moving. 10 seconds to go here. Push through. You're almost there. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's take it to our third set. So once again, starting with our half curl, feet shoulder width apart, set the shoulder blades back, palms up. Let's go. Half, all the way. Half, all the way up. Keep moving through that full range of motion at the top. Our half curls are keeping our attention on the bicep. 20 seconds down. Whenever you're too tired to keep going, switch off to those sprinters. I'm gonna do one more curl here. Lower it down. All right, Keep going if you can. I'm gonna go into our sprinter high knees. Breathe through, breathe through. There's 10 seconds to go. One more round after this. Breathe through it. Rest. All right, one last round. Half curl to start. Slight bend in the knees, shoulder blades back, palms up. Here we go. Half. Down. All the way down. Keep the shoulder blades back here. Try not to let them cave forward. You don't want to round through the upper back or fling the weight up. The goal is to fatigue. You should be getting tired here. Breathe through this. I'm gonna do one more, and I'm gonna lower it down. We're halfway. Switch out to those sprinters. 20 seconds left. Whenever you need that break, go to cardio. You got it. Push through here. 8 seconds to go. And rest. All right, grab a water break. So, catch your breather. All right, we're gonna go into a deadlift, but this time we're gonna do a staggered stance so we exhaust our hamstring a little quicker than the regular stance. So, I'm gonna be using my 15s, and for this one, I'm going to stagger my feet. So my left foot is slightly forward and my right foot is back. My right toe is aligned with the arch on my left foot. Set the shoulder blades back, start with the weights in front. I'm gonna press through my heels and hinge forward from the hips, getting that stretch in the hamstring. Now, in between, I'm gonna take it into a standing side crunch, starting on the right. So, let's get our timer set up. So remember, left foot is slightly forward, right foot is back, but the feet are still shoulder width apart. Hold your weights in front, pull your shoulder blades back. Here we go, let's hinge. So right now, I'm gonna feel it more on my front leg, hinging from the hamstring and the glutes. Breathe through this. Whenever you need a break, you're gonna switch out to standing side crunches on the left side. Sorry, right side. Breathe through. And I'm gonna lower this down. I'm gonna switch it out. Standing side crunch. 15 seconds to go. Nice and easy here. Get the heart rate up, but it should still feel like a recovery time. Rest. All right, let's switch this out. So this time, staggering my feet, so my left foot is slightly back, shoulder blades are back. Ready? Here we go. Hinge from the hips, pressing the heels into the floor, push the chest out. Whenever you need to switch off, whenever your hamstrings are fatigued, switch out to the left side, standing side crunch. Breathe through it. 20 seconds down. Keep pushing. Almost there. And I'm gonna lower it down. I'm gonna switch out to my standing side crunch on the left. If you're still on deadlift, that's totally cool. Keep going. 10 seconds to go. You can do it. Almost there. Rest. All right. Back to left foot slightly forward, right leg back, shoulder blades back, pull the shoulder blades. Ready? Here we go. Hinge from the hips. Really focus on that front leg. I want you to press through the heel on the front leg. So you're pushing your heels down into the floor, pushing your chest out. And that's really going to exaggerate the hamstrings in the front leg. Keep pushing here. You can do it. I'm going to do one more here. And I'm going to switch out to my side crunch on the right. 19 seconds to go. One more set after these. Keep it up. Heart rate up here. Breathe through it. Get that knee up high. 2, 1. All right, one last set. So, staggered stance. Feet shoulder width apart. Set your shoulder blades back. Ready? Here we go. Hinge from the hips. Press your heels into the floor. Keep stretching. Push your chest out. Abs are in. Breathe through it. Whenever you need the break, switch off to the left side, standing side crunch. Almost there. I'm gonna do one more. And I'm gonna switch it out. Going to cardio here. If you're still deadlifting, that's cool. Keep your pace up. You can do it, 10 seconds to go. Breathe through, breathe through. Almost there. Rest, all right. Grab some water here, catch a breather. So our next exercise, we're going to take it into a row. Now, a couple options here. I'm going to do a single arm row, but if you want to do this leaning on either a bench or on your stairs, you can put your hand down. I'm going to demo this with my hand on my leg. So if you are using something to lean on, you're going to place your hand on top, push your chest out, and then row. Now for this one, I'm going to be placing my hand on my leg, and I'm going to row it up with my elbow in. So when I'm tired, I'm going to switch over into a crossover high knee. I'm going to set my timer. So I'm going to start with my right arm. I'm going to use my 15-pound dumbbell. Nice big staggered stance. Fold forward with the bum back. Ready? Let's row it up. Now in the row, you want to keep your hips and your shoulders square to the floor, and try not to twist as you're rowing, but get that elbow up nice and high. You want to lift it up, keeping it tight to the torso. Breathe through this. Remember, crossover high knees when you're fatigued. So switch out whenever you need the break. We're halfway. I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to switch out to my crossover high knees here. Breathing through this. 10 seconds left. Keep pushing. 5 to go. Rest. All right, I'm on my left side now. Feet staggered. Back flat. You can place your hand on top of a table or a chair. Here we go. Now, common mistake with a row is that we tend to do a couple things to keep our body out of alignment. A common one is to crank the neck up. I want you to keep your eyes in a 45-degree angle down toward the floor, so your neck stays in a neutral position with the rest of your back. Keep breathing, keep breathing. We're halfway. I'm gonna do one more here. I'm gonna switch out to my crossover knees and keep rowing if you can. Go to fatigue. Push through this. 10 seconds to go. You're almost there. 5 left. And rest. All right, back to the right side. Staggered stance. Bum back, chest out. Ready? Here we go. Another common mistake with the row is to fold the wrist inward. So what that looks like is kind of curling it in, and we want to let that wrist hang down. Imagine that this dumbbell is a grocery bag. We can't fling the grocery bag inward, so we have to let the wrist stay in a completely neutral position, trying to let the bag hang downward. I'm gonna do one more. All right, I'm gonna switch out to crossovers. Keep rowing if you can. Breathe through we had 10 seconds to go. And then we have one more set of rows over on the left side. You got it. Rest. All right. Feet staggered. Fold forward, back flat, eyes at 45. Ready? Here we go. And finally, the last common mistake to make with the row is to use the legs, again, to hoof the weight up, just like in that rear delt fly. So if someone is hoofing the weight up with their legs, that's a sign that the weight is actually too heavy to have good form on the row. And if the legs are doing the work, it means the intended muscle, the back, is not. I'm gonna do one more row. I'm gonna switch out to my crossovers. 15 seconds left. You got this. Keep pushing, keep pushing. You can do it. And rest. We're gonna take it back to the floor. So, back to the towel. Grab a water break if you need to. I'm going to place my towel on the floor. We are going to take it into a skull crusher for triceps. So, in the skull crusher, I like to use 2 dumbbells. Now, you can use one if you like, but oftentimes your dominant hand will be placed over top of the dumbbell first, and the non-dominant hand just sort of cups the weight or supports, which means dominant arm starts to do most of the work and bear most of the weight, and non-dominant just kind of follows. So the reason I like to use 2 dumbbells here is because I place a dumbbell in each hand and then hold the flat sides of the dumbbell together. This ensures that my left is getting a little bit of support, so it's not as wobbly because I'm holding it against the right, but it's also pushing the same amount of weight as the right. So it's up to you if you want to use 1 or 2. And in between, we're going to go into a bridging hip raise. So whenever you're fatigued on the skull crushers, switch it out. So I'm going to start my timer here. Feet are flat on the floor. Knees are bent. I'm going to place the flat sides of my dumbbells together, start over my forehead. Ready? Here we go. Keep your elbows in so your upper arms are parallel to one another. They're not flaring out to the sides. The elbows should stay nice and tight inward toward the torso. And the weight should come down just above the head with the shoulders staying in place and the elbows extending. All right, I'm gonna do 2 more here, and I'm gonna switch out to my bridging hip dips. If you can keep doing skull crushers, go for it. There's 14 seconds left. So I'm gonna bridge up, touch my bum down to the floor, and lift up. So I'm lifting the hips toward the ceiling, switch out whenever you need the break. And lower it down. All right, let's take it back to skull crushers. Another common mistake with the skull crusher is to start over the chest. I want you to start way back over your forehead. Here we go. And that weight is going to feel a lot more challenging when you're holding it over your forehead than when it's over your chest. When the weight is over your chest, your shoulders will do a lot of the work, but we really want to focus on the tricep here, which is why we're starting further back, which locks the shoulders in place while the triceps do all the work. Keep pushing here whenever you're fatigued. I'm gonna do 1 more. Switch out to those bridges with the hip dips. There's 15 seconds left. So I'm gonna lower down, just touch my bum to the floor, lift up and press. And I'm pushing through the heels, squeezing the glutes. Almost there. Rest. All right, 3rd set coming up. So once again, pull your elbows back. So you're starting with the weights over your forehead. Let's go. Keep your elbows in. Gently press your lower back down toward the floor to keep the core engaged. Press it up. Keep squeezing those triceps. Exhale as you lift up. Inhale as you lower. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to lower it down. There's 22 seconds left. So you'll see triceps are starting to fatigue earlier in each round because they're getting a little tired as we go. That's all right. The goal is to fatigue each set. Keep pushing here. Switch out whenever you need to. And rest. There's one more set of skull crushers. So once again, placing my dumbbells together, starting way back. Ready? Here we go. Press your lower back down into the floor so you're not overarching the lower back. Keep your elbows in tight. Breathe through this. Exhale as you press up. Inhale as you lower. And I actually prefer to use dumbbells for skull crushers than a barbell. I know people like to use the barbell, but I find that a little hard on my elbows. Lower it down. I'm going to switch out to those bridges. 20 seconds to go here. For me, with the barbell, I find having to turn my palms up like that to be very problematic for my shoulders and my elbows. Whereas the dumbbells allow me to work with an internal rotation, which is much more comfortable for my shoulder position. So it's really a matter of preference and mobility. All right, let's go to our last round. Now, we're gonna take this into a seated shoulder press. So, a seated version of a shoulder press, not having the back of the bench to support you is gonna be a lot more challenging because the core has to keep you in an upright position. So for me, I'm actually gonna go down to 10s for this one. So you can sit cross-legged, which is going to be the easier version, which I'll demo for you. Or if you want to make this even more challenging or you're using lighter weights, you can extend your legs out with the heels pressed out. You're going to have to lift through the chest, and that's where this is going to get particularly hard. So, sitting up tall with the palms facing out, and we're going to press up and lower down. And you're going to get a lot of use through the traps here, because this is going to work the traps a lot harder than when we do our standing shoulder press. So in between, when we're fatigued, we're gonna go into a genie stretch, which means we're gonna stretch out the chest and shoulders as we sit. So let's get ready here. So whenever you need that break, go into the genie stretch. I want you to sit up tall, palms out or in, whatever feels right for your shoulders. Let's press it up. Now imagine that there's a string lifting your chest up toward the ceiling. So you're sitting up tall, that string is pulling you up, exhale up, but you're still keeping your chin and your neck in a neutral position. You don't want them cranked back. 20 seconds down, and these should feel a lot more challenging than when we do a standing shoulder press. I'm gonna do one more here, 20 seconds to go. All right, I'm gonna take it into the genie stretch here. Stack the forearms. I'm gonna turn, look to my thumb, turn, look to my thumb. So we're still working the shoulders and the core, forcing our posture to be upright here, but we're stretching and working through that range of motion. So back to shoulder press, sitting tall. Once again, you can have internal rotation or external. Ready? Here we go. Nice deep breathing. Can't use your legs for momentum on this one, so it's pretty challenging. Stabilize your trunk. You got it, you got it. Exhale up. Even with light weights, this is a much harder exercise than when you're seated on the bench. One more. And I'm gonna switch out. If you can keep going, go for it. I'm gonna switch to my genie stretch. Stretching out the back of the shoulders, breathing through it. If your shoulders are getting really tired here and it's hard to keep lifting them, you can go into a stretch. There's 4 seconds left. You can drop your head down and stretch out your back. All right, third set. Let's get ready. Last couple pushes here. You can do this. So palms are out. Ready? Here we go. push through this. If you're getting fatigued here, you can also switch to an alternating shoulder press. So that's also an option to get a few more shoulder press reps in while not fatiguing as quickly. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Whew. 20 seconds down, I'm fatigued. If you can keep going, go for it. I'm gonna go to Genie here. Shoulders should be getting tired. This is why I saved this for last, because it is quite challenging. Breathe through. You're almost there. 10 seconds to go. Now remember, if your shoulders need a break, drop down, stretch it out. Rest. One last set to get through. You can do this. So on this last one, I'm going to do as many doubles as I can. I'm going to switch to alternating. Here we go. Exhale up. Inhale down. You can do it. Breathe through this. Slow on the lowering phase. Brace your core. Posture's working hard. All right, I'm going to switch off to some alternating reps. Squeeze out a few more. You can do it. Two left for me. Keep going if you can. Whew, shoulders are tired. 18 seconds to go here. Sitting tall. Stretch it out. Look to your thumb as you stretch. 8 seconds left. Almost there. And shake it out. We're all done. So let's move our dumbbells out of the way. We're going to go into a seated hamstring stretch. So I'm going to extend my right leg out, tuck my left leg in, and just gently push forward, stretching out my hamstrings. Since we did lots of squats and deadlifts. Heel is out. Gently press your knee down toward the floor. And let's switch it out. Other side. So extend and fold forward. Whenever you're using the back of a bench on a shoulder press and you're leaning back against it, that's actually the heaviest version that you can lift of a shoulder press, followed by the standing version. So if you're doing a standing dumbbell press, that's sort of your medium or your next weight down. Following that, seated on a bench without the back of the bench, so you're still sitting upright. Let's take it to an adductor stretch. Bring your feet together, lift through the chest, and the lightest one is seated on the floor, either cross-legged or with legs out, which is very challenging for posture and great for engaging the upper back and the upper traps as well. Nice deep breathing here, stretching out those adductors. And let's go to a cross-legged position, stretching out the mid-back. I'm going to turn to the right side, gently press the outside of my hand against my leg. So whenever you are doing a seated shoulder press on the floor, you may want to make sure that it is a lightweight, but it is a great way to exhaust with really light weights if that's all you're working with at home. And turn to the side. Sitting up nice and tall. Breathing through this. Now let's stretch out the chest. Clasp the hands behind. Roll the shoulder blades back. Pulling the belly button in. Pulling the shoulder blades back and down. Let's stretch out those shoulders. So bring your right arm across, anchor it down toward the torso. And switch it out to the other side. Nice, easy breathing here. And lower it down. Finally, we're going to stretch out the neck. tilt the head to the side, take your other hand, push it down toward the floor, and then gently pull downward. So you're pushing the other palm down, elongating the neck. And over to the other side, bracing the trunk, gently pulling the neck downward, pushing the hand down toward the floor. And rest. We are all done for today. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good one.